Hi, welcome to another episode of the Path of Exile Delve League. Okay. Now, we had to go and find Malachi's organs. How were we off for... I cannot remember. You would think that I would remember how much voltaic sulfide I had left. Fairly sure. No, we're only about half full, so... Oh, it's right there. Couple of things to pension off. Although... spell damage, whatever. Increased lightning damage, whatever. Global maximum mana. $49 the maximum mana, and life 10. We're losing a bit of fire res. Is that going to be a problem? That's what I wanted. Yeah, it is, because that's the only one that isn't capped. So, yeah, that will be a problem. That should have enough. Let me just look at something here. Might as well do a daily mission while we're here.
God bless you, Exile.
We'll go over to the Blessing Font. Strength, dexterity, fire resistance. Plus 19 to fire res. Excellent. Let's have a look on the character sheet again. There we go. So we can now, because we get the extra mana and the life gained on kill. It's only of those two linked anyway.
What can I do for you, Exile?
Pension these off to Elrion. Tribal circlet. We'll alk that and see what we can come up with. We wanted to sell that too. What was the other thing we wanted to... Flame Dash. Spell Echo. Was actually Desecrate. Chaos Golem. We can get rid of... Flesh Offering. Oh, can't get rid of it at the moment because we're selling shit. Okay. I usually swear on these things, but... Okay. Stash. Superior Tribal Circlet. And then we've got the Tribal Circlet here. We don't have any Alks yet. We do have, however, Orbs of Fusing. We can use... Let's have a look. There we go. Flame Dash. Combustion Support. I really want Combustion Support to be in this one rather than Flame Dash, but I suppose it doesn't hurt to have it with Flame Dash. Right. Flash Offering can go. Because then we can get Summon... Where was Summon Chaos? Where do we put that again? Put that over there, and then we can put Spell Echo Support in Desecrate. That way we'll get more Combustion Support. Do we have Arcane Surge? Each when you spend it creating a buff and the total mana reaches a threshold cannot support used on traps on mines. So Arcane more spell damage, increased cast speed. There we go. Desperately need an alcohol, so we'll just pension this off.
What can I do for you, Exile?
Sell. Thank you. Do you have any alcohols for sale? Not yet, because you're at level 3. So
God bless you, Exile.
let's get rid of all this.
Greeting.
Hi. Let's get rid of all this first.
Another day in damn... So, you're in a smiting mood, are you?
Absolutely.
Good. So am I. And I found just the holy spot for a hopeless last stand against the hordes of corruption.
Okay.
God bless you on this fine day, Exile.
Do we want to summon Chaos Golem? Raise the zombies.
God has glorious plans for us today. You ready, Exile? Any moment now, this holy spot's going to be buried in filth. The corrupted will pour in here, bent on eclipsing anything and everything that has been touched by divinity. I hope you're good with the shovel, Exile. Glory to the pure and mercy to the fallen.
Here we go, leveling up. Summoners are very good for doing Elrion missions. There we go.
A moment, Crusader, for those who have fallen before us. God rewards his most faithful servants, but only if we prove ourselves deserving of his divine touch. Today.
Okay. Thanks everyone, but I've got other shit to do. Other poo. There we go. And life per second. No, we've got plus the maximum number of zombies plus 1 to skellies. That'll work. Oops. Clever. Not so much. We have 7 zombies now. Yay! Alright.
Faith has a peculiar eye for fashion. You dress yourself in the garb of self-gratification, and you'll get the cold shoulder. But clad yourself in service and sacrifice, and you'll get yourself invited to all the best parties. To be given, you first have to give. Something you're really starting to get the hang of, Crusader.
Thanks. Okay, so now we're going to the harvest, because now we need to deal with Malachi. Come on.
Good find, Exile.
Thanks. Alright, and transmutation. Okay.
What
Take this one.
to kill for?
Could have made you into a wonder.
No heart.
I hate to
Right.
be critical, but I've seen better.
It's a sugar word of war on kills, so yeah, you got that. Dexterity, yeah, that's not setting the world on fire, I've got to say. what are you? If I get somewhere near it, that'd be good. Manage items, contain mirrored items, ignite you and activate it. Okay. That's not set more on the fire, I've got to say. Ew. They look cool. Audrey's arena. Lungs. Hello, Manafly. Hey.
Odo Edry. We witches have to have some standards.
On critical strike support. Do we want that? Probably not. Eh. Oop, that was the wrong way. There we go. So we just gotta find one more. Okay, up there. Okay. These spines everywhere makes it very hard to get around. There we go. That was an overly. Sage wand. Worth looking at. So we're going delving next episode, guys. Come on.
On this day, the eve of this rapture's completion, I honor those who have passed and whose passion and knowledge have brought us to the brink of salvation. Inquisitor Marigal, a creative force without equal. Sharon of Ambra, an aesthete of transcendent sensibility. Dwayne Talbot, an idol of fervor and dedication. You taught me far more than I ever taught you, my students. My friends, we strove to make a greater world together, and in your memory, I shall make that world a reality. Malachi.
I shall preserve your beauty for eternity.
Really?
Such lovely material.
after Brutus. I'm glad I won't be seeing any more of your work.
That's right. Chevron made made Brutus, didn't she? That's right. Yeah, that was well of wisdom. You right? You done? There you go.
You've come such a long way since we first met in Axiom Prison. I was that close to snuffing you out then and there, sister. But now look at us, working together to destroy the greatest terror that Rayclast has ever known. If I were the crying type, it'd bring a tear to my eye.
The Black Core.
I have been expecting you, witch. You and I are about to create the most beautiful of nightmares together. Will you go to bed now, little girl? Or do I need to tuck you in?
Now, Exile!
What?
Now, Exile!
Come out wherever you are.
This is what I get for trying to be a bloody hero. Who'd have thought you'd be so suited to the role? I was convinced I'd made a fatal mistake in sparing your life in Axiom Prison. Fatal, yes, but a mistake? No. Go now, sister. It's up to you to teach Malachi the true definition of nightmare.
Now, let us see if you truly understand what it means to be nightmare. Nightmare is the true eternal.
Reach me. I'm over here. I'm gonna keep moving here because these little things will spawn.
Accept the gift of immortality.
Come on, guy. Yeah.
Nightmare is the true eternal. You are being selfish.
Over here. There we go. Healer is up. There we go.
I'm so frightened of death. Now that we can get better acquainted. It's really not so bad once you get to know it.
What cannot be understood should be feared. It is the first rule that a child learns. There is no shame in my saying this. I fear you, witch. May fear guide you.
It's obvious to everyone now.
There's no one like you, witch.
The beast learned that the hard way.
And the whole of Rayclast will learn about it, one way or another.
So I guess this is the happily ever after they promised us when we were kids, right, Vanya?
For us, for Rayclast, maybe. What about you, sister? Do you even know what that looks like for you?
There's plenty of happiness to go around now.
You deserve a piece of it.
Alright.
Bye.
See ya. I'm going in the exactly wrong direction, but I'm sure that he wants to talk to me.
I was right to have faith in you, Cursebreaker.
You have succeeded where we have failed. You have slain a creature that was thought to live forever in the minds of those who came before you. Vol, Daresso, Kaum, Deshret, the greatest champions Rayclast has seen in the last 300 years. You stood where they fell. Now you are the champion of champions, and Rayclast should bow at your feet in gratitude. You certainly have my gratitude, and that of my Akara. We have been exiled from our land by fear and misguided duty. Now we may return, to ride where we will, live how we wish. Cursebreaker, giver of freedom, we thank you. Act with care.
The little girl walked into a dark, dark cave. The little girl met a dark, dark beast. The little girl ate its dark, dark heart. My Malachi is dead. I knew it, felt it, understood it the moment you struck the final blow. I was the Gemling Queen, and now my king is dead. We dreamed only the greatest dreams, Malachi and I. A truly eternal empire, eternal life, eternal love, a future no longer afraid of the past. Eternal lies, eternal loss. Those are our true gifts to Rayclast. This land could not have asked for a worse king and queen. Rayclast leaves the past behind it now. Malachi's past. My past. It thanks you, not a cockroach. It loves you. I wish that I could do the same. Still, I live.
Ah, witch. I knew you would embrace the beast. Yet, I couldn't know that you would squeeze the very life from it. Honestly didn't think you had that much love in you. Now one thing remains to be seen. Your regard, your touch, your embrace can mean only doom for the loved. Please, choose your loves wisely, witch, lest you break poor Oriath's heart. Yes, that's right. Oriath. Upon the mountain high, a gateway has opened. One that shall lead you back home. Hurry, for as the death throes of the beast soften and still, I see the gate beginning to close. Follow your heart, witch, no matter how dark it becomes.
Okay.
You've done yourself proud today, Exile.
Alrighty. So we're up here, we go over here, and we go to this end. terribly helpful to me. You're right there. Oh look, that's right, wisdom. Might be interesting to trade in. Somatic item. Come on. Oh look, it's in the road. No. Quarter staff, yeah, that's 200 weapons, that's what helps.
Captain Tavares, altitude is imperative to forging a stable connection with the prime resonator in Theopolis. Power source is equally vital. Locate a fissure in the mountainside and lower a conductive cable into it. The deeper, the better. It will take an immense amount of thaumaturgical energy to execute the successful disintegration and transmission of objects, both inanimate and animate, between Highgate and Theopolis. For that kind of power, we must tap the origin. I needn't remind you of the consequences should either of those elements prove deficient. That is why I would like you, Tavares, to be the first to test the resonator once it is operational. Accountability is the perfect counterweight to ambition. High Templar Dominus.
Much clutter.
Maybe we can smart attack speed too, like you can lose the mana and stuff, so I think we can gain a chromatic item. Right, okay. Oh, alright. I need to magical. Well, good transmutation. Well, yeah, that'll work. Now level 45. Yay! Okay. Down. Last one.
Too much clutter.
Fair enough. I do need to try and get out of here. But currently now we're going around in circles. Oh, we're gonna. If it's worth throwing something out, I will. We got a nice rare or unique item. In this game, just because it's rare or unique doesn't mean it's any good.
Too much clutter.
We need to go further this way. You can actually hear the guys in the pens crying out for help. You couldn't do that in previous versions. There we go.
Too much clutter.
Yep, that's the options menu. Move that over here, move that up. Fit that under there. There we go, a secret mana flask. Which is magical. Yep, it is. Alright.
Much clutter.
Hello, anyway. Oh, hello.
This'll do nicely, Exile.
There you go. Oh, the ladder gets lowered. Excellent. That was a really anti-bleeding. Plus its strength, lightning damage. 4% increased mana regenerate. Yeah, no. So, pretty much going to sell all that. What can that do for me? Removes mana from life when used. Well, that's great. But it's, I reckon, worth the. There you go. That'll be worth it, though.
The Mother of Death watches over the city with great interest. You have joined us just in time. Before you lies a great many paths, each walked by a different life. But each must come to the same end. Eventually.
Eventually, but not now. Okay, let's seek a couple of prophecies.
Skittering across the ground, insects nest near unlikely allies.
And seek another.
Gold without, gold within. Blood comes in many colors, but the gilded always bleed gold.
Another one.
The unbreathing queen masterminds an unholy heist, a defilement of the dead.
And
let me tell
one.
your future. 4 of shared flesh and blood, raise an army of borrowed blood and bone.
Okay, so you'll discover in an area with large packs of insects. You'll use an orb of transmutation on a ring or amulet and it will gain a life mod. Right. You will slay a powerful... That's not much use. And it will drop a rare item. Whoop-de-doo. You'll encounter 4 necromancers and their undead minions and slay them all. That could be beneficial. Because that can help. You will encounter specters in the Fellshire ruins and slay them. That's again helpful. You will slay a dying alchemist and it will drop an orb of alchemy. We need one of those. And you'll be rewarded with 2 uses of enchanted device on completing the labyrinth. Okay.
Ha! After everything I've done, it took an Oriathan to get these slaves up off their shackled asses and fighting. I guess the Templar should have treated their lessers better than their slaves, eh? Well, I'm not about to turn down a gift from Kitava. If he wants slave and outcast to join hands, then let's remind these Templar that they're flesh and blood, just like us. Utulamakora is what they call me. I'm what passes for a chief around here. Well, I put the steel in their hands. I tell them where to stab, where to run, where to die. If that doesn't make me a chief, what does, eh? Blood isn't the only currency we need to earn to buy our freedom. We can kill all the Templar mongrels we like out there. It won't matter a damn if we don't get inside their stronghold, the Templar courts. Might as well put my bloody chains back on right now. Problem is, there's some sort of witchery surrounding the place. Only those who see the truth with faithful eyes are getting in there. The power of innocence. It's all in the eyes, you see. Yet blessed Kitava has answered my prayers and sent us just the pair of eyes we need. The ever-faithful Justicar Casticus. He's there in the control blocks right now, smiting my people with self-righteous fury. Find him and rip his faithful eyes out. Then I'm sure the good Justicar will be kind enough to see you into the Templar courts.
Sell some stuff. If we can get another one of those to get the next level up, I would be most impressed. I think that's it. We'll keep that around just in case.
For vengeance.
Oh, I forgot to sell those. Whatever.
Uh-huh. For freedom.
An exile returned. How is that even possible? Rising out of the darkness to claim the souls of our enemies like Hinekora in the stories my mother used to tell me. Well, your divine intervention gave us just the diversion we needed to take this tower. So if you keep doing things like that, then I might have to start believing in the gods again. And thank you for finishing off that last overseer for us. I don't know what sort of mother could have birthed that land-loving whale, but we were lucky he wasn't here when we took this tower. He'd have spread us across the floor like butter on a piece of bread. Here, take something for helping us in this hopeless fight of ours.
Lightning res, cold res, fire and lightning and cold. Fire and cold. Well, I think we have a fire and cold. Fire and lightning, cold and lightning, fire and cold. Mana maximum life, increase lightning res. Topaz, can we maybe swap that out? That'll work.
For freedom.
Unlike these assorted ignorami, I'm not surprised to see you here. The beast is dead, all thanks to you, I suppose. I was listening to the beast's death rattles when these lunatics broke in, wrecked the place, and dragged me here to tend to their cuts and bruises. Thankfully, I was able to bring some of my paraphernalia with me. The balance of power is shifting in your favor, O murderer of nightmares. If I am in possession of anything that might smooth the transition of governance, don't hesitate to ask. You'll find my terms quite reasonable. Some time ago, I fabricated a device able to sense and amplify the corrupt murmurings of Rayclast. A miasmeter. I listened to those whispers for years, lingering beyond sane comprehension. And then the scream. Such profound agony that my mind was nearly sundered by its percussion. I thought another cataclysm might be upon us. But no, it was you. slaying the beast, I was witness to a singularly potent cadence. This corruption, I am convinced that it holds the very key to our human history, and with it, our very existence. Yet without the miasmeter, I'm condemned to deafened ignorance. It remains in Piety's laboratory, as long as Utula's miscreants haven't vandalized the poor thing. Find it. Farewell.
Alright. That'll do us for this episode. Thank you for watching, and next episode we go delving again. So, have fun.